This is basically her. You didn't miss much, I assure you. If you could catch that one frame in which I double-clicked, feel free. But that's basically her. So we have old guy, cool girl, old lizard, cool guy, and then we have a sexist, which isn't the worst group for generals, but hey. We don't have any research. Yeah, okay, let's go back to the bridge. What cards do we have? Do we have any good cards? So they won't be able to move if they're hunters. Oh, excuse me. Let's do... we split? How do I split? Yeah, there we go. Control. Did it not? Oh, I kept what? I don't know why I was hitting cancel. My apologies. Alright. So we're gonna... we have to put you on water, right? Before you can go in there. And then... I have to build up... So there's 4 in area. So build up 3. Move them over here. Hunters have more movement, so they can move through. We do have 2 troops there. I'm going to send my transport vessel over here to claim this academy. Generate unit acquisition advantage and subscription. Yeah, that's not really. We have 5 gold, so we can't even build a building. So we just wait this turn out. I don't think we're even going to get a war. They're not moving forward in on us. So we're not going to be fighting this time. Famed generals flock to the Bastion. Whereas for the wicked Empire disagrees. The Emperor disagrees. Our range is now so large, we cannot even see our effing target. Grenadier grumbles.
Ah, Commander. No doubt you've had an eventful and successful day so far. But don't rest on your laurels just yet. For I'm here to inform you the counselors have arrived.
Ooh.
The ambassadors of the races whom you'll have to duel and deal with in the political arena. Such is both the prerogative and the burden of an emperor-to-be. You may think your first...
That thing's alive! Oh my god.
To bring the war to as swift an end as possible. But I'm afraid there is much more to being a monarch than military matters alone. As a commander, as an emperor, you'll have to constantly endeavor...
Well, the strategist and statesman.
Now, you may consider it strange that some will worry about the price of bread, and others will gripe about taxes. When all around us, machines of war threaten the existence of the very realm. But if you give it a moment's further thought, this is only logical. We may find ourselves trapped amid a conflict of gargantuan proportions. But that does not mean the average man worries most about feeding his family. About the little things that make for a happy life. And when you have been given an empire, Commander, you have to be responsible for every matter, every obstacle, every creature, great and small.
Even the one on my staff.
This may seem daunting, but I have never and never will doubt for even an instant that you, of all people, will rise to the occasion. Your counselors await you in the throne room, Commander. Godspeed.
He gave me a very invigorating talk, so I'm going to immediately go to Grumio and see what's going on over here.
The grease monkey reporting in.
Let's have a look at your research. I don't have enough for anything. All right, let's go back to the throne room.
Shush, everyone, shush! Here comes the long-awaited commander. The dragon that would deliver us from vile usurpers. The one deserving heir to Rivellon's throne.
Most dwarves would be rather disappointed in your beard.
Let me cut right to the chase, Commander, for I'm not a man who takes pride in his words, but in his pragmatism, rather. The entire realm is under siege, and the free peoples left need a strong leader. One who inspires.
Great.
You see, there may be a war going on, Commander, but that doesn't mean you don't have a realm to rule. Oftentimes, Political concerns will take precedence over military ones, no matter how trivial they may sometimes seem in these dark times. As much as possible, where your rule has been established, everyday life must continue like it would in times of peace, and everyday life concerns itself with everyday worries. The people will look to you for guidance in these matters. We, as their representatives, have witnessed your triumphs with mounting awe, and have agreed you are to be the one, the hero, who shall both restore the kingdom and recommence the workings of government. I therefore declare you Emperor. Long live the Emperor!
Thank you.
Long live the Emperor!
Well, that was nice. From now on, these councils will bring you various political problems. If you do not make a decision, the majority vote will always carry the motion. Which is kind of cool, because you could then just drop it on the council if they ever want to do. If you ever can't really decide, the council will decide for you. And because it's 5, it'll always get even split. One thing, though, this lizard has absurdly huge breasts.
By the powers
Does
destined
anybody...
by the great lizard lords, I
They're so huge.
endorse your newfound emperorship. We are not a people that
Tell me
make
about
great
yourself.
demands, Commander. We simply hold many a thing dear without succumbing to the excess of it. The dwarves revere their gold to such an extent it becomes a fetish. Elves abide so strictly by nature they become her slaves. We like gold, for it is an economical mast. We like nature, for she sustains us. Yet none of the two we idolize. Reason and liberty, those are our bywords. Territories we defend valiantly. Territories, alas, easily encroached upon, for emperors tend to curtail them. Our ideal is therefore not a monarchy, but a republic. Think on that, Commander, as you pursue the throne.
Okay.
By Grumio's gadgets, it's a pleasure indeed to shake hands with you,
Oh,
Commander.
he's Grumios.
Your technician is my nephew, don't you know?
Oh,
And
really?
I am Trunculo Shortfuse, son of Trunculo Even Shorter Fuse. Praise be the dragon.
Trucklo even shorter fuse. Well, the imps bring to the table.
You want gizmos? You want imps. You want the unthinkable? You want imps. You want great, big, loud, bright fire explosions? Lords above, it's imps you want. We live for all that is new and shiny.
Fantastic.
Old, we blow it up. The new, we study it for a while before we blow it up. Why? Because there's always something even newer waiting around the corner. Science, Great Dragon, never sits still. Try, investigate, experiment. And with a bit of luck, boom! Ha ha ha! A bigger bang than ever.
Anybody else confused by the fact that the man is wearing a clock on his hat? I guess he's looking at it now because he's like, oh god, he noticed the clock. Oh god, no, hide my clock.
On a more serious note, though, Commander, science is indeed our passion. And we hope that under your rule, we will be free to explore its limits.
What the fuck
Damn
is
the
this?
gods, for there are none, and damn petty morality, for it is a brake on progress. Back us, and we'll craft you miracles.
So not the religious type.
Isn't
How about the
this a
dwarves?
world gone topsy-turvy? I've declared you Emperor, and you don't even know my name. Sir Falstaff Silvervein, Commander. Born and bred neath the Emerald Mountains. There. Now that we've been acquainted, I do declare it's time for a beer.
Not bad.
A prouder folk you'll ne'er meet, Commander, nor a more robust one. Best allies an aspiring king can have, for our love of gold and all things precious is legendary, and gold is what an emperor needs if it be conquest that takes his fancy. So listen when I give advice, for your economy will prosper by it.
Alright.
Liquid gold, of course, is another of our pride and joys. For ale a sparkle, we'd go to war. But our families, above all, Commander, are holy. Those manifold kernels that band together and like the rings that form a yes, dwarven families grow as plenty as the grain on 1,000 wheat fields. And just like grain, it is from them that we derive the bread that nourishes civilization, and the beer that quenches its thirst.
You're really going all out on this, aren't you? But I appreciate the sell. How about you,
to meet
elves?
you, Commander. I am
Ah,
Oberon,
I like this
envoy
guy.
of the elves, ambassador of the beasts, spokesman of plants.
What are you coughing
Here in the
for?
hope
You're
that our
dead.
new emperor will treat majestic Rivellon with the reverence she deserves, even in these times of frightful war. Well, Commander, if elves were the only race to have become what they misnomer civilized,
Stop coughing.
this
You're
globe
dead.
and all upon it would exist in a paradise of such perfection, the gods need not create for us a heaven. Such, alas, is the fiction, not the reality.
I think you're a bit up your own ass there, dude.
Others, less scrupulous in the handling of natural beauty, have risen to prominence. They hack and mine, blast, drain, and usurp. As much as we can, we condemn and attempt to stop their misguided endeavors. We are the Green Mothers, unwavering paladins, and it is our fondest desire you, Commander, will join our ranks.
Again, this is the third time. This is the third time. Okay, now that the third useless call within 30 minutes has happened, because, you know, why not fucking curse me every time I start this?
Defend nature, and defend the little man.
Thankfully it
or
happened
they
at the end of
will
this
in turn
conversation.
defend you. A happy people, one with the wilds, will fight for its country with redoubled zeal. To that effect, I hope we'll have your backing.
Maybe. Depends. Stop grabbing a coin that doesn't exist.
May the Seven
York.
be praised.
Of
now
course
that
his
we have
name is
found
York.
Our champion and our emperor. May the fire of the dragon obliterate every heretic in its way.
Oh,
May
I
the
love his
light
voice,
of the
though.
gods illuminate your soul.
You hold the gods in high regard, it
The
seems.
highest. We are the chosen of the Seven, Commander. We are those that have known death, have walked its black shores, but then have been restored to life.
One thing that really bothers me and always has bothered me about these guys. Stop coughing, you're dead. Anyways, another thing that bothers me except for that is if you look at their teeth move like lips. They should never have done that. They should have made their mouth open, but they move the teeth like it's creepy. I don't like
I
it.
think you are alive now, Commander, but you are not. You are but
What?
in the phase of flesh. But if you are devout and sweat in service of the Seven, you too, after the Dark Mother has lulled you to sleep, may be plucked from the dales of shadow and given the perpetuity of the bone. Do well by the gods, Commander, and you'll do well by us, as well as all in the realm. We have many proposals to that effect, which I will bring before you in due time. So say I, Yorick, humble servant of the Seven.
What's up with your baby skull necklace? Not really feeling your baby skull necklace, but I appreciate you. Alright, those are my guys. As somebody makes a racket upstairs, hopefully no one can hear it. But hey, what have you. It's better than getting phone calls. I can move him in that? No, I can't. There we go. Okay, so they do have to be on land to combine that. Ooh, we'll send them over there. We have 3 troopers. Let's get one more trooper to fill that out to an even 4. And let's buy, Can we buy a building? Gold revenue, 2,000, 4,200, 1,000, 1,000, 1,250. 2,002. 1, 0, 5,000 populace. 6, but that is their capital, so that's not going to be for a while. Alright, let's just build. Just plop down a gold mine there for whatever reason. Give us some bonus income. And let's build, I believe we can afford 1 trooper. Let's move them in, because they can't just get straight here unless they swim, which, even if they swim. I believe I have enough cards to... You know what, let's use this. How do I use it? Increase the gold revenue of this country by 1. Ah! Perfect. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I bolstered that side a little bit. I am heavily winning this battle. I don't really want to pay Scarlet. So I'm just going to let this auto-resolve. Hey, nice, didn't lose anybody. Never mind, I lost a single trooper. Dragon Knight Child declared Emperor, winged love child of Emperor's last hope. The brutal clash of war and modern civilization, reporters' ongoing investigation on genocide. Our Emperor, the new sensation. Hunter mercenaries.
What a sorry excuse for a general Henry is. Drunk as a dwarf again, going on and on about his lost arm. The more liquor disappears down his throat, the more he can still feel it. Wish he had a phantom tongue instead of a phantom limb. The place would be so much quieter.
Throne room.
Commander, it is imperative that we should win the war. For our enemies are godless heathens in need of annihilation.
Ooh.
To hasten this process, I therefore propose we introduce conscription. For why have young, able-bodied men sit around or do menial tasks when they could be serving in your armies instead?
Uh-huh.
Here's an imp's perspective, Commander. More soldiers equals bigger battles, and bigger battles equals more explosions. Win-win.
So imps are
I
down.
don't think conscription is a very good idea, Commander. Not only should a life of soldiery be an individual's choice rather than an obligation, but by drafting so many young men into the army, you're draining our economical reserves. So please don't forget your political obligations because of your military ones.
Conscription may have somewhat of an ill ring to it, Commander, but it might be worth consideration nonetheless. There's not a dwarf that won't take up his axe for the Empire, but elves. A three-fingered man could number their volunteers on one hand. Time to get these weaklings into shape.
So
Commander,
dwarves are down for it.
Even the most peace-loving elf won't deny that in these dark times of war, allowances have to be made which we would otherwise condemn. Conscription, though, goes too far. Let those that wish to fight for our cause do so, but let's not force men away from their families if they feel it is their duty to stand by them.
Elves are against it as well. I'm against
Your
it.
refusal is no more than an encouragement, a celebration even of cowardice. Those who do not step up for the glory of the gods by themselves should have been forced to do so.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you for disagreeing with Yorick, Commander. War is a demanding mistress.
Ah,
and if
oh,
we give her
can't
all she
believe it.
wants, we shall lose our humanity in the process.
Exactly.
If no conscription means there will remain more dwarves in the army than there are elves, I hope we'll be duly recompensed, Commander.
You will.
We fight so that they may tend to their bloody vegetable gardens in peace.
I will definitely reward those who fight harder.
Commander, here was me agreeing with one of Yorick's proposals, and still you disagree. You won't see an opportunity to please both imps and undead pop up again in a hurry.
Very good. I must say, though, I was surprised Falstaff didn't pull the economy card like I did. Conscription might well have drafted some of his precious brewing masters into the military. If those were killed, entire dwarven nations would revolt.
So it'll take a turn for us to see any problems coming from that. So how's it going over here, Cat?
Huzzah! You showed him, Commander.
What do you say, Scarlet? Shall we be victorious in
Hope
the end?
springs eternal, does it not? In any case, let's hope hope does.
How do you feel? Whoa! I just realized. Other generals, how do you feel about them?
Commander?
Henry.
Excellent chap, that one. Likes his jokes dirty and his liquor plenty. 2 peas in a pod, me and him. Well, on and off, that is. Can fight like a demon unleashed as well. Best to have him on our side.
There, generals, how do you feel about Catherine?
Stuck up, ain't she? That's
Yeah.
what a royal title will do to you. She used to be a proper queen and everything, with an entire country at her beck and call. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Me? I don't care for any of that rot. You got nothing. You got nothing to lose. About whom, Commander?
Edmund.
Shifty son of a bitch, isn't he? Acting all high and mighty all the time, calling imps idiots, dwarfs dullards, that sort of thing. Makes you wonder if there's a single thing he's not intolerant of.
Take my leave. You can stay with that beautiful barmaid.
Under
What's
my
going on?
rule, you'd be given the Cross of Bravery for that last action, Commander. Well done.
What did I do? I sent my army to go in and fight.
In truth, it has hardly begun. We have a lot of work ahead.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, 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 the Dragon Commander himself. Come, sit, drink with me. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. He's had a few too many. But you'd take to the right too if you had an imp apparatus for an arm. Never told you how I came by this eyesore, did I?
No.
'Twas during the great and glorious last stand to save the Empire. Horseshit. We fought like lions so that the king, your bloody father, could scarper with what riches he could hold. But my soldiers did their duty. They died where they stood, and I was left for dead, want of an eye and an arm. Not that any of it mattered. The king's head was shown decorating a stake, like star crowns will the pines come midwinter night. Defeat. Bah. Luckily, a touch of the malt can relieve its bitter taste.
Despite you stood your ground, you did your duty. I hope I'll gain your respect so that you'll stand by mine too, should the situation arise.
You have the respect of Maxos, and that certainly speaks in your favor. But you'll need to come a long way yet to prove unto me you're not just another pampered prince he yanked away from his mother's teat. So what'll you have then? Mead or milk?
Oh, I'm not gonna drink with you. What the fuck's that door? Ah, Edmund, what's up? He's only a little drunk. He's fine. Huh. Yeah. Right-clicking on it. Gotcha. Boop. How many people? I've got 2 troops there. I've only got 1 trooper here. Yeah, I should probably. Can I buy any more units? I can. Let's buy a grenadier. Oh wait, I can't. I can't build any more units in this area. Bummer. Gonna have to wait this turn out. Oh, they're building up an army. Henry unfit to be a general, but don't quote me on that, Lord Edmund confides. No, to conscription, Emperor foolishly plays into enemies' hands. News from the front, calm before the storm. Dwarves took a bit negatively, elves looked positively, lizards looked positively, imps looked kind of negatively, and undead looked kind of... Everyone took a tiny hit. Dishearten. Your policy's motivation is increased by 10%. So my populace is now more motivated to fight for me. But the heavens didn't like that I did that because it was fighting for the gods. Who the fuck? Oh, I know who those are. I can't. Shouldn't talk about that. The 7 curse you. Your luck is decreased by 2%. Oh, I forgot to talk to the girl that was standing there. What's up, Catherine? I mean, Scarlet. What do you say, Scarlet?
What would you...
Nothing?
Imps, Commander. Are they not truly the lowliest of all the races? Were it not for the hint of demon cunning in their blood, you most probably wouldn't speak to them as much as serve them for supper with a series of seasonal stuffings. As it is, however, the Lizard Lords have deemed it fit to strengthen the military cooperation between ourselves and those demoniacal dewdrops. I'd exhale an existential sigh upon the hearing of such folly, yet give it no further thought but for one devilish detail in the treaty. It is I, as our foremost general, who must, quite literally, stoop to inspect their armies. An impish high priest will be present, figures fit for farce that are greeted and received with ridiculous amounts of highly ritualized protocol. As Henry might say, Commander, I'd rather lick marmalade from an orc's behind than bow to an imp. My very reason for currying your draconic benevolence at this hour. Certainly I have your blessing to abstain from these grotesque formalities and tend to business rather than etiquette.
Imps do tend to overdo protocol, so I'll tell you what. I'll lend you my signet ring. When the ceremony starts, hold up your hand and say to waste your time is to waste the dragon's time. They'll know enough.
Salubrious solution, Commander, for my well-being as well as theirs, for no doubt my patience would have worn very thin. Thin as the threads of life of those who will...
There we go.
I must say, I don't envy Edmund, Commander. He's to bow and scrape afore an imp of all things. If 'twere any other general, I'd publicly protest, but that conceited tosser deserves to kiss dust once in a while. Remind him he walks the earth just like the rest of us. Well, except you, perhaps.
Yeah, I fly, but that's only half the time. It's fine. How's our research going? We got 11? What's going on over here?
Edmund's pride, Commander. The Lizard Lords have granted him the honor of representing our mighty military on a diplomatic mission of utter import, and he gets his knickers in a twist because it comes with a spot of sacrament alien to our ways. I should think it would be good fun to attend an imp ceremony. Something is bound to blow up. Isn't that what the generals normally like?
See, I wouldn't mind going. But if Edmund's all against, he is one of my 4 generals. I'd like to keep him. You could just skip him and click on that, so I'm going to start doing that from now on. Probably, maybe not. Alright, so can we actually do advanced tech? We can. Ironclad or warships. Enhanced explosives. Equipped with more that damage all areas within 72 meteor radius on impact. Ooh, for the Emperor, explosion, Hunter, revelation. Hunters can amass close enemy units within a 100,000 meter radius. Ooh. Let's get some Grenadier. Let's upgrade the Grenadiers. They're very good at AoE clearing. Look at our income, damn! Pumping it out. Popularity of faction sees support in the countries will rise. This will affect your goal and research from the amount you can build when in combat. Cool. Oh, we're also getting more money because of the... They like us better. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's load up our men and send them to this land. So they can claim that, hopefully. Unfortunately, we have a bit of a problem over there. So, what am I looking at? 3 and 2. So I have a total of 5 units that I need to defend because we're looking at 4, 5, 6, 1, 1. Alright. Next turn, we should be able to move in on them. Let's build some Grenadiers this time around to load up on here. Those will be nasty for anyone who tries to mass swarm on us. I didn't take the armor, but I didn't really feel like I needed to. Let's, yeah, let's keep them there in case we need anything coming from that. And again, they charge at us. Woo! Woo! I might need to get involved in this one. Still have a 66%. Ah, they're using Warlock mercenaries. How about my Hunter mercenaries? Scratching your Grenadiers and increasing my engines. I only have 3 coin. It's a 63%. I feel confident in our troops. Can you not be hurting the +1s? Can you not be hitting the extra troops? Oh, you son of a bitch. It took all of my troops. Ah! The pain. Emperor gives signet ring to Lizard General. Change of power on the horizon. The lizards like that a bit, though. Emperor, collect them all. Attitude, condemned. War is not childish competition, philosopher says. Shrapnel shreds civilians. You have not one shred of evidence to justify. Your generals have been involved with influence of the enemy. Yeah, I don't need that, but thanks.
I'm mortified, Commander. Never has a lizard of such standing brought such utter shame upon our kin.
Lizards liked it,
devil
though.
of an Edmund assaulted a frail and aged imp, a much revered priest among their kind. If you weren't such a brilliant strategist, I'd have him busted down to private and have him peel potatoes till the day he retires.
So, Edmund.
Here you go, Commander. I've been meaning to return your ring, though I admit I do so with a hint of reluctance. What little marvel it is this ruby-set band gave me no end of cheer. There he stood before me, that hick of a high priest, expecting me to bow left, bow right, extend hands in welcome, and all manner of delirious nonsense. With the back of the hand emblazoned by your signet, I struck him firmly across the jaw, exclaiming, "Feel the sting of the dragon! Crawl back from whence you came so that I may do my duties!" Needless to say, he scuttled off like a dog kicked in the nose, and my business there was concluded before the setting of the sun. I'll remember this episode fondly, Commander. Reminisce with a choice sherry as the sound of your ring-shattering impish jaw resounds in my memory once more. A symphony of satisfaction.
Oh no. It's not what I told you to do at all, Edmund. It's not what I gave you permission to do at all.
Keep up this.
Were that I were the monarch and you the general, I'd kill for one of your powers, whereas you hardly have need of us.
Yeah, I don't need to pay for you. How are you thinking about this?
What a character that Edmund is. Did you hear, Commander? Kapow, right in the kisser. Sure showed that old fart of a shaman, didn't he? Every imp in the realm has thought of treating him to a knuckle sandwich, but it took your general to take him out to lunch. Kudos.
I like the imps. They're like, yeah, that guy's a stuck-up asshole. Fuck him.